Hello, Capricorn. This is your tarot reading for 2016, the entire year, all 12 months. So, thank you all for your support. Some of you have been getting personal readings from me, and I also appreciate that was the devil that tried to show up. We'll see what happens here. I appreciate your comments. I find them very enlightening. Some of you have found the general readings very helpful. You know, it's not even a matter of getting personal readings, that the general readings by themselves, some of you have been able to get a lot of clarity and wisdom. And it's wonderful when tarot people can get a tarot reading in a positive way, because the purpose of tarot is not just about predicting things. The tarot is supposed to give you guidance, and it's supposed to reveal things that you're not aware of. And some of you have said that because of the information your general tarot reading has given you, you've been able to make new decisions and take control of your destiny, which is really what the tarot is about. It's not just you approaching the tarot and saying, oh, what's going to happen to me? And then just letting your life, letting go of, your power and your responsibility. Because the tarot will definitely point that out, that, how much control or what decisions have you been making that have created certain situations that you found yourself in. And that is very important as well. I think that, if you're asking, for instance, about a relationship and whether a relationship will move forward, whether you'll get married, I think the first thing the tarot will do is tell you whether that relationship is for your highest good. And I think that when you come to a tarot reading, or when you seek guidance from a tarot reading, it should always be whatever is for your highest good and for your real happiness. And sometimes we don't want to hear that message, especially if it means leaving someone behind or letting go. But anyway, all this to say is that when you get your yearly tarot reading, try not to see it as whether your entire year is going to be bad or whether everything is going to work out perfectly. That is not how life works. No, the world, and this has been showing up a lot. This is your first card, Capricorn. And I think that a lot of people are starting off with the energy of the world. They're starting new cycles, they're starting new beginnings. Okay, I'm going to shuffle for just a few more seconds. And your birthday month is your new solar year, actually. Do you know, Capricorn? I know some of you were born on January 1st. So your birthday, your 30 days, your solar month is coming up. But do you know, and this is what another psychic told me, that your new year is not January 1st, and I'm talking about all of us. Your new year starts on your birthday. So, for those of you who were born on January 1st, then that still applies. That's still your new year. But, yeah, that was something interesting that I learned about astrology. And whoa. And I think I do want to start studying astrology in depth here. Okay, so Capricorn, you have Ace of Cups. You have eight, eight of Pentacles. We have Three of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have this Emperor. So January, February, March, April, May. Okay, all right. So I am going to just go ahead and cut the cards. All right. So I'm only going to put 12 cards down. a card for each month. And so with June, we have Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It seems as if Capricorn now, Pentacles are your element. You're an earth sign. So keep this in mind. We have Nine of Wands, uncertainty. This might involve learning certain lessons over a little uncertainty here, especially since we're going into June. We're going into the summer with these reversed pentacles. You have Three of Cups. That's always a good card to have. The Tower in reverse. I think you're going to get help here. I think there might be some friends or relationships that are going to help you reverse this disaster. You have Eight of Wands, things moving forward, good messages, romantic. It can mean a very positive message. It can mean a love letter. Death in reverse. Judgment in reverse. That is interesting. Now, looking at your major arcana, and I want to look very, very carefully here. Because in December readings, I kind of missed some major arcana cards. I was missing the Strength card or the Fool. And I don't know, I'm still getting used to this video production here. And it's sort of like I'm so aware of this camera while I'm reading that, my production has not gotten slick or smooth enough. I'm worried about whether you can see the cards and whether you can hear me, if sound or audio issues are taken care of. And then I've got people saying, oh, that card fell out. You should have put it there, just all of that. Okay, so 12 cards here. And your major arcana, you have the World. You have the Emperor. You have the Tower. You have Tower in reverse, Death in reverse, Judgment in reverse. Now, what's interesting about these three cards, Capricorn, these cards are all about change, permanent change, events that can happen that you can't undo. And they're all in reverse. And it seems as if there's going to be an important intervention here with this Three of Cups that's going to influence these little reversals that are happening. A certain message. You're going into July with uncertainty, and then you have this little celebration or wonderful event that happens, or something positive with a friendship or relationship. This isn't necessarily romantic. This can mean friendship. It can mean a celebration. But this must be something very, very positive, because then you have all of these very strong cards that can turn your world upside down. They're all in reverse. And it seems as if the first year might be a little rough now. So you have 5 major arcana cards. So it doesn't mean that they're major upheavals. It still means that there could be, but you still have some degree of control or influence over that situation or event. So you begin the year in a new cycle, and in the month of February, so this is January, your birthday month, which I think is appropriate for you. But then in February, you have Ace of Cups, which is always good for February because Valentine's Day is in February. And Ace of Cups is about falling in love. It can also mean relationships, the beginning of relationships. It can mean a relationship It can mean an old relationship where people get back together, all the good things associated with love. Your cup will be overflowing with love in February, I think, for some of you, whether you're single or in a relationship or married. I think that is very good. So as we go into March, we have this Eight of Coins or Eight of Pentacles. And this is your energy. You're an earth sign, okay? Pentacles represent earth. And you are hard at work. You're getting to work on a project, but it doesn't necessarily mean a project. It can also mean you investing your energies into something. It can be a relationship. And, this can also be a good sign as far as career and money. But what I find interesting is that you have this Ace of Pentacles here. You start to work, but then this Three of Pentacles here is in reverse. And Three of Pentacles is the card. In relationship issues, I choose to see it as a card of self-esteem and but this is a card of partnership, collaboration, learning and teaching. And it can also mean getting advice from a counselor, but this is reversed. So even though you're hard at work here in March, in April there might be some problems with with collaboration and partnership and working together. And this Emperor indicates this is a very strong energy because the Emperor rules. Now, for those of you who are looking for career advice or things happening with your job, this could represent your boss. And this could definitely be someone who's very rigid, who is cracking the whip, who's very inflexible. It can also mean authority, not just a boss in your family. It can represent your father or your mother, anyone who represents authority. It can also mean an energy where someone has to have their way, and it can't be any other way. Now, one of the things I've noticed for you, Capricorn, is you only have one court card, and that's you. And this is Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and then we're heading into June. And so I have a feeling that this lack of partnership and collaboration has a lot to do with this Emperor who's going to affect you in a negative way. This Queen of Pentacles is grounded and wise, and she also means prosperity with money, wisdom with money, just nurturing everything. She makes everything grow and prosper. Well, that's actually for the Empress, but this Queen of Pentacles is sort of like a sister of the Empress because this is about your your personal influence, your internal energy in regards to money. This is a passive energy. It's not active like the King of Pentacles where you're affecting outside circumstances. This has a lot to do with um your personal energy, um your thoughts, your feelings. And this is in reverse. I think this Emperor is maybe going to be someone or a situation that's going to be kind of difficult. There might be some rules or regulations or things that have always been done a particular way, or someone's demanding things be done a particular way. And that's really going to sap your energy here in June. And this is, I think, why you're going into this Nine of Wands, because now Nine of Wands is about learning from mistakes. It can also mean um, feeling uncertainty, feeling self-conscious, a lot of insecurities that are going on. And it can mean learning from experience as well. So I think that what's ever going on with this Emperor here, that's reversing your energies. I think that you need to start thinking of not expecting the worst, but you have choices. You can still control things. You can still um, control the outcome here. And I think that this is a very positive energy that seems to come right in the nick of time for you, um, Capricorn, because Three of Cups, once again, Three of Cups can mean um, definitely friendships. It can mean celebration and having fun. I think that your relationship is going to be very important here, and it's going to come to the rescue. Where if you don't know what you're going to do, someone is going to come through for you, a friend. Or there's the situation is going to turn around to where there's going to be a celebration, and maybe you thought, oh, I'm going to be fired or I'll have to quit my job. Um, but maybe that won't be the case. You might be, after dealing with all of this in April, May, and June, by the time August arrives, things are going to start looking up. As far as relationships, Three of Cups, um, it can mean a relationship that will grow into a friendship, and it does mean affection and love. It can mean mutual attraction. Two of Cups is usually the stronger card here. It could be a celebration of an engagement or wedding, actually. And August is a good month for weddings and engagements as well. And it just occurred to me that, haha, maybe there's a proposal that happens here in February with this Ace of Cups, and then you're spending all this time worrying about your wedding. For those of you who might be expecting a proposal, and then, you're finally getting the wedding off the ground in August. That was one of the things that occurred to me. But just know that there's going to be some type of very positive turnaround here after a rocky few months here in the spring, which leads us to this Eight of Wands, which can mean a receiving a positive message. It's also the card of speed, and things might be happening very, very quickly. This is not just about relationships. If there is a situation that you've been trying to get a hold of, and that certainly could be the case here because your energies are reversed in June, um, something's going to be resolved very, very quickly for you. And because of that, um, we have the death card, the card of death in reverse, and judgment in reverse. That for some reason, death means a complete closure or ending. So something is going to be rescued from dying. Now, sometimes it's good to let things die. Um, Sometimes a relationship may need to end. In Libras, when we did our reading, the death card came up upright for us, that there might be something that we have no control over that will be ending. But Capricorn, I get a feeling that this is a good thing for you, that you've been wrestling with this in June. And so the closure or ending or loss, it has been prevented because of this Eight of Wands. And then the Judgment card is in reverse. Um, Now, the Judgment card is a card about um, a transition um, in a good way. Usually, the Judgment card, if it's upright, it's a good thing because there's a big change, and whatever happened before Judgment Day has come and now it's time for resurrection. It's also about the decisions that you make, paying attention to what your higher calling is. But this is in reverse. So that big change is not happening as is indicated by death and as indicated by tower. So I'm not going to make a definite call on the fact that these three cards that are all about change and transformation, um, I'm not going to make a definite call on whether this is a bad thing for you. Because sometimes it's good to listen to our higher calling and accept change. And so, take that on board. But I get a feeling that a part of this change or rules or something, this emperor here, one of the things I want to say is that this emperor is a person who rules and he's very, very rigid and he follows the law. And so one of my concerns is that this emperor isn't keeping things in place or not allowing things to change. But I get a feeling that the reason these cards of change are in reverse, that you're not in for this huge upheaval. Maybe you don't have to look for a new job. Maybe you don't have to move out of your home. Maybe you don't have to, go through some very devastating change or get a divorce. Um, I get a feeling that something has been worked out here, even though it didn't look that way earlier on in the year. So Capricorn, um, it seems as if you might be having a really interesting year. Um, a lot of huge, shifts, not huge changes, but it seems as if um, whatever the situation is that you're dealing with, especially if it could involve family or work, it seems as if communication or a very important relationship, it's going to be your saving grace here. And you may find a way to deal with this energy of the emperor that might start appearing in the spring, you know. Keep in mind these are months that can all overlap with each other, okay? So this emperor situation, it might start appearing a little bit earlier and become something that you really do need to deal with for that month of May. Okay, so Capricorn, that was your tarot reading for 2016. I hope it gave you some clarity. I hope it helped you out. And have a wonderful birthday, because by the time you get through this video, I'll be doing January 2016, but I know that towards the next few days, some of you are going to start celebrating. So um, I hope you enjoyed that celebration. And I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. I wish you a happy new year. And you should be getting your January 2016 readings in the next week or so. So I will see you then. And be safe, be happy. Um, and I wish you all the best for the coming new year.